Today we're covering a lady's top goal for the month of May. Welcome back, ladies. I cannot believe once again that we are at the end of another month. So here, with it being the end of April, I am going to share with you all of the goals that I had for April and just review if I was able to accomplish them or not, and then share with you my top goal for the month of May. And I hope that you will also share with me what your top goal is for this coming month. In April's goal video, the top goal that I had was to fertilize the flower beds. So that was something that I was able to do. I also shared it on my channel, so you know that I did accomplish that goal, and the roses are doing so well and everything is just flourishing. So I am so pleased with that. I don't really attribute it to the fertilizer. It's just they are really in their prime right now. And my jasmine has just started opening. I think 2 days ago it started to open up. So I know by the end of this week it will just be completely filled. The buds will completely open up and it will be perfect because I have my brother and my sister-in-law coming over for dinner, and I am just so excited to have dinner and dine outdoors. And that was also a goal that I had for this month as well. But I am just going to work down the list of goals that I had that I gave a preview of over on Patreon. So if you would like to hear the rest of my list of the goals that I have for each month, be sure to become a patron, and that is something that you will get a little bit of a sneak peek of, in addition to many other things over there on Patreon. Okay, the second goal that I had for this month was to enjoy some outdoor dining, which I already discussed. So this was actually something that I didn't get to do as much as I had hoped to, and I attribute a lot of it to the fact that we've had some really windy days, which does not make it very pleasant for outdoor dining, but I did get to enjoy my mom's company one of those days when she was back in town, and we enjoyed a brunch out in the front yard, which normally I think that we would eat outdoor, like out back, just because I have a table and just the setup out there is more geared toward that. But my little bistro set that I have out front, that's where we sat, and I kind of moved it much closer to the walking path, just the sidewalk that I have on there to the front door. And when I do that, we can actually sit in the shade more, like sooner in the day, just because the house would end up shading that area. But when it's early in the morning or, before noon, the sun feels so good on the back. So we actually faced the house when we were sitting down and eating outside. So anyway, it was just overall a very enjoyable experience. She really enjoyed herself out there as well. And of course, the sweet scent of the roses was something that we got to enjoy as well. The third goal that I had was to make each game and performance that we were going to be having for our girls this month. So our girls are all involved in something in school, and so we have 2 playing volleyball, so there were a lot of games to go to, and then especially with them wrapping up this season. But we were able to meet all of those games, and then we were also able to go to the extra performance that my daughter had. I think it was this month that we went to that. But she always has some kind of performance going on. She's in the mariachi, and so that's something that we always enjoy, the music, and usually they have some kind of, like refreshments and food and everything like that. It's like a big party whenever they get together with all of that. So a lot of times all of the schools get together and host those things. So anyway, overall, an enjoyable time to just be able to go to each of those things and just show our support. My next goal was to stay on top of all of the appointments that we had for our family. So that is ongoing, of course, but I have been able to stay on top of that. It's just something that sometimes those appointments get away from us, or maybe we don't make sure to schedule, if we have referrals or things like that. So just making sure to stay on top of that is an ongoing thing for myself, especially. And it's something that is really great to have a planner for. Next on the list was to enjoy outdoor play with the family. So we have extended this to friends as well. And I just have to say, we have been enjoying the parks so much more than we ever have in the past. And we're actually going to be having a brand new park opening up close to us next month, which I cannot wait for, because we have picked up playing pickleball and it's just so enjoyable. My husband and I love to do this together, especially on his days off early in the morning. And then we also like to go once the sun sets. And the kids like to play as well. And we've just made like a whole big thing about it. So with his family, they would end up coming to the park. We've been going out to play even after church sometimes. My husband loves to play with his friend after church service on a Sunday night. So we had started taking separate cars so that he could go and do that, because he would play until 10 in the evening and then come back. But this last Sunday, we even went with the preacher and his wife and a couple of other members from the congregation as well. And it was just so enjoyable. And even the girls, they were playing, and it was just a lot of fun. Next on my list was to touch up the walls, doors, and the baseboards, which this was something, as you know, if you followed along with my spring cleaning list of things that I had to do, that whole series that I did the other week, that was something that I made a top priority when it came to the little projects that I wanted to complete. So it feels so good to get that done. That way, you always have those little things that you notice when you're just walking around in your home and you think, oh, I need to get to that at some point. So it was nice to be able to do that and to feel like I have a completely fresh slate when it comes to all of those areas. Another thing that I really wanted to do that I had put off before, which was on a goals list that I had months ago, was to picture and post dresses and things that I had to Poshmark. So I did finally take the time to do that. And then when I went out shopping again, I found some more beautiful things. So I have since uploaded more. Even this dress, for instance, when I found this, I saw another one. I picked it up, posted it as well, and that sold right away. But if you have gone to my Poshmark closet just to look at different things that I had when I did share that in my spring cleaning video, I have since uploaded a couple more dresses, so you might want to go and check that out. There is a dress in there that I love to wear when I go and play pickleball, or when it's more of a sporty dress to me. I like that it has a collar, so when I bend over, you don't see anything. The skirt is to the knees, so it's just something that I feel a lot more comfortable in when I play. It's sleeveless, so plenty of breeze there, and also when you put shorts on under it, it just makes it to where it's so versatile, but you are not looking like the rest that may be in some really skin tight shorts or pants, something like that. And I just find that it's a lot more ladylike to me when I do play a sport like that than wearing the alternative. So that's just me though. It's what makes me feel a lot more comfortable. And everybody's different when it comes to that. But I just find that I have freedom of movement in a dress like that. And I do have two at the moment that I have uploaded because it's a brand new, beautiful color in the Sherigano brand. And that is a brand that my daughter just looks so wonderful in at that certain dress, that style. So we have filled her wardrobe with those dresses, and I'm always on the hunt for a new color for her because she loves to wear different colors, even though it's the same style dress every day. So I have that now for myself in a white, and it's really pretty. I think it's called Angel Blue. It also matches my pickleball paddle, which maybe that was by design, maybe not. Actually, I got that dress, I think, after I purchased the paddle. But regardless, it's just I'm getting off track here. I was able to list things on Poshmark. I've sold so many things since doing that. And I also just want to say thank you to those of you who did purchase. And also, if you are concerned about the size, I also purchased dresses that I have found to be dresses that work really well for me. I purchased them in different sizes so that it's not just something that I've worn. You will also see that there are new with tag items in my closet to purchase as well. So for instance, those 2 blue dresses that I have for sale right now, they have the tag attached because they are brand new. So the next thing on my list was to host a ladies' brunch. So this is something that I still want to do, but I was thinking that I might do this next month instead of this month because I did not get around to doing it this month. And we just have had so many things going on the weekends. And then of course with the games, and their games are usually on Thursday or Friday. So it just hasn't worked out for me to host a ladies' lunch, or host a ladies' brunch, but it's still something that I want to do. And I have my ideas of when I want to do this. I want to really pair it with the ladies class that I'm now helping to teach over at our congregation. So I would like to pair it on that same weekend. It's just something that I think would be so nice to do. And speaking of, because I constantly think about how I want to have the ladies over so everybody can bring a little, I'm going to ask everybody to bring a little vase if they would like to collect some flowers from my garden. And so I have just been really enjoying making these little arrangements with the beautiful blooms that I have been having and all the different colors. This one, I call this the lemon meringue one. This, I like to get the different variations of sizes, and the different stages of the blooms. But I mean, this one smells so good. I would have to say this is my favorite fragrance of flower right here. It just smells so light and sweet. These ones, these smell good too. I mean, they're like your typical rose scent and they're just so pretty. So something that I have just been enjoying more than anything, just taking little walks in my garden and, cutting some blooms here and there. And I just enjoy seeing every single one that blooms. So I spend a lot of time in my garden. Okay, so now let's talk about my top goal for the month of May. And again, I would love to hear what yours is if you have one. And mine is to create the Organized Spaces Masterclass. So this takes a lot of effort for me to just dedicate basically a whole week of me filming all of these different things. But I always feel so accomplished when I get this done. Now, this is not something that I can do every single week. I have learned that. There have been times where I have tried to do a video every single day in a month. And I know that that's not for me because I have weeks where I feel really good and weeks where I don't feel my best. And so I have learned to do things in that way. And that really is how I created the lady of the house method with cleaning, is to just give myself that grace in those weeks where I don't feel my best, and that's okay. I can still be productive, but maybe I'm not as productive as I was in another week, and to not beat myself up about that. So there are weeks where I feel amazing and I feel like, oh, I can do a video a day, all the time. But truly, when I really think about it, that's maybe 1 week out of a month that I can. So these master classes and these series that I do, if I focus on maybe just once a month, that would be something that I could continue. I had asked all of you in my latest series what you would love to see the next master class on. Would it be the leading lady wardrobe with all of the different areas, be it dresses, nightwear, activewear, footwear, etc.? Or would it be the organizing spaces? So the majority said organizing spaces, so I am going to go with that for this next month. And then we will possibly go into the leading lady wardrobe going into the summer months. So I think that will work out well. Anyway, that is going to be my focus. Within, I would think, the next 2 weeks, I will be focusing on that. That way I can really have those put together for you, and possibly the week before the last week of the month, I will be able to get those videos out to you. But again, I am going to be focusing on the weekdays. So Monday through Friday, I think 5 videos when I do a series like that is something that is feasible for me. So that is my top goal. I have some more goals that I am going to share over on Patreon. So if you are interested in that, I hope that you will consider joining us over there. And until next time, I hope that you all take care, and I will see you in my next video.